myself, and we'll go through us Flippin' Bunch girls. And then I got a special slide display for our special guest, Vonnie from Von Boo Furniture. And this is going to be a decoupage galore discussion. So what you have running is us, the Flippin' Bunch. It is 4 of us. And my name is Dar. I am from DIYs by Dar. And you can pretty much find all of my socials. Just put in whatever you're at /DIYs by Dar, and I should come up. I'm pretty much on most of them. I've been doing furniture for about 3 years, but the last year it has really hit me that I truly love maximalism in the true Lel made by Marley fashion. Okay, go ahead, Crystal, you're up.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm Crystal, and I am the Crafty Creech. And I love everything vintage. I buy and I sell. I especially love flipping furniture. I've been doing it for approximately 13, 14-ish years now. And I also love thrift flipping and shopping at Goodwill. I just love the thrifting, period. And yeah, that's about it.
Me? Cat. Cat.
Cat. I'm sorry, Bonnie. I should have been like, hey, Cat.
Wake up, Cat.
Hi, Cat from Owling Dog Design, and I am part of the Flippin' Bunch. They haven't kicked me out yet. I do furniture refinishing and furniture restoration. I like to do a lot of different things. I like art and design and all kinds of fun things. I just like making things pretty. That's it. And if I can't do that, I'll throw an IV in your arm or something.
Levon.
Okay, I'm Levon, and I am the owner and designer at Statement Designs. And it was formerly La Vintage Decor. I started my business as a design business, in-home, budget-friendly. And I also have done some commercial work. And then I opened a shop about 10 years ago and used to do a lot of antiques as well. But so you guys would have loved thrifting there way back in the day. Hey, Gretchen. But anyway, so that's what I do. I've had a shop, and now I just kind of have a booth situation. I have a room in a coffee house, but I still do lots of custom work for people. And I'm really trying to grow my YouTube channel at this point in time, and also my other social media, and everything for me is as is Statement Designs. And, I think another one that I'm trying to develop too is Pinterest. So I know we often say, find us on social media, but, most of us are on Pinterest too. So I just forget to say it. But anyway.
Well, we have 3 brand ambassadors in the house tonight for decoupage companies. And Levon and myself, we are Made by Marley brand ambassadors, and this company is out of Scotland, and you can find them at www.madebymarley.co.uk. And when we get down to Vonnie, we'll let you know who she is working with. So I'm going to introduce our guest, and I'm going to start with her YouTube page.
Oh, so beautiful.
She has a YouTube page. And this is where you can find her at. And this is her YouTube address. It looks like, it just looks beautiful. Look at all the different furniture and the different colors.
Gorgeous.
And we got to get that banner off of there. Hopefully my fingers don't hit the wrong things, you guys. Now, I'm hoping this one is your Facebook banner, Vonnie. She has a
That's
Facebook
Etsy.
page.
Oh,
That's
this is Etsy.
This one's Etsy? Well,
Yeah.
that's not any good, Dar. Get that banner off of there. Does that look right?
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's it. I don't do much with Etsy though. I'll explain that later.
Yeah, we need to talk about that. We're all kind of stuck right there right now too. And then I believe this one is
That's Facebook.
this one's the Facebook. So all right.
I haven't
I
changed my
really
name on this one yet.
and then that one we can catch at Von Boo.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one is your Instagram, correct?
Yep. That's yes. That's
And that
that's it.
one we can get you at Von Boo Furniture Designs.
Bonnie, that's so funny. I just can't do white or chairs. I love it.
Yeah.
I love
And
it.
the type of paper that Vonnie is a brand ambassador for is a paper called Mint by Michelle. And I think she makes other things, and you can tell us a little bit about what she does have to offer. Now, I'm just going to show you 3 pieces of Vonnie's furniture, and then maybe I'll stop talking. So here is the first one
Oh my.
with the parrots on it. Just gorgeous.
I'm swooning
I think I
over
watched
here.
you do that one on the video.
Oh, that color's gorgeous.
Yeah, look at that.
Mhm.
That was a recent commission piece. I don't normally do purple, but
Yeah,
but she loved it.
that's a good purple. It's like a deep
Mm.
plum
Yeah, it's like
or
a plum.
raisin. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
gorgeous.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's a
And the
Now this
decorative.
is so beautiful, and I took a little bit of that bottom portion so you could see that Vonnie, you also delve into molds and putting different things on your pieces with molds. I would imagine IOD, redesigned by Prima, all the different brands that we know. Okay, that's it. I'm going to get my stuff off of here and we can talk.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you want me to talk?
Yeah,
Yeah,
tell us, just a little.
About yourself.
Yeah, tell us about yourself. Maybe a little bit about your background. And
Yeah, well, I'm my real name is Siobhan, and I was explaining to the girls that even though I've had that name for 57 years, people still have issues with the spelling and pronunciation. And Von or Vonnie has always been like a friendlier version of it. And I've been called it since I was a child anyway. So I'm really happy being called Von or Von Boo. Vonnie or Von or Vonnie. And Von Boo came along. I'll do a quick version here. Is I used to dabble into lots of little crafty things because I've always been a bit crafty, as well as being a nurse for 30 years. But I think a lot of nurses are crafty as well. It's like their little escapism. Don't you find that?
Yeah.
It's a little bit of therapy at the end of the shift or whatever. Or so I had an Etsy shop back then called Vonnie's.
Mhm.
And then when I finally got into the furniture stuff and I wanted to create a Facebook page, a business page, Vonnie's was already taken. So at the time I had a dog called Boo, and my husband said, well, what about Von Boo? And I went, okay.
That's so cute. I
So
love
it just stuck. So I am trying to turn everything into Von Boo Furniture Designs, because Von Boo doesn't really say, hey, I do furniture. And so if people are looking for me, Von Boo Furniture Design sounds more like I'm doing furniture art. There is another woman on Instagram called Von Boo who has nothing to do with me.
Really?
So that's why I was prompted to sort of change my name a bit. I haven't done it on Facebook yet. I keep meaning to, but so everything else is Von Boo Furniture Design. So I've been probably doing the furniture for about 10 years. It was, like I said, I was always a bit crafty. And my mum was a textile teacher and my father was an artist. And between the two of them, I always had access to stuff,
Yeah.
stuff to play with. And when my father got really, really sick, and I used to help my mum look after him, and I actually took a lot of time off nursing to help look after him. And then when he passed away, I wanted to try and get out of nursing, and a friend of mine had just opened up a shop selling anti-slime chalk paint. And she actually said to me, I could do with a little coffee shop in here. So I went, okay. You know, I was just like, I need to do something else besides nursing. So I ran the little coffee shop there for about 18 months. And she introduced me to anti-slime chalk paint, and it just went off from there.
Isn't it so funny how something's that small as some paint just triggers like a whole obsession?
Yeah, and I taught myself to decoupage because I'm one of these people that it's like, oh, I see something, it's like I want to do that. So I'll either find something, like YouTube is great for it. I'll find something to show me how to do it, or I'll just try it. Because listen, after you've been a nurse, especially if you've been a critical care nurse, dabbling with paper and paint, honestly, it's just paper and paint. And when I do workshops and people get stressed about, I might not do it right, I'll go, listen, honey, no one's going to die today. So, you know, the worst that can happen is like you've got to repaint it. It's like,
I know.
You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't worry, don't stress.
Yes.
So I would find this kind of work really not stressful, because at the end of the day, no one's going to die, hopefully. And I taught myself to decoupage, and I just love bold colors. And I hadn't done the Mint by Michelle kind of papers. I always did like thicker style paper, and wallpaper and posters, and large sheets of wrapping paper. The bigger the better. And then when Michelle developed her papers, I had to teach myself how to use them, but I've come up with a really good technique now. But I love the way how you can extend the art because of the type of paper it is. And I taught myself to do that as well. And now I love teaching people how to do that.
Right.
Yeah. I watched a video today on the pink pheasants. And that was really cool how you wrapped it all the way around. And like you said, the Mint by Michelle paper, it's expandable, I guess, in a way where you can continue on with the print.
So she has a few designs that are joinable, so you can create a larger seamless design. I'm just trying to think. Maybe there's only 2 or 3 at the moment. I think there's more coming. She also has her own range of mineral paint, and they work really well with the papers. So when I'm doing my YouTube, I'm trying to show people that when I first get papers on, it can all be really messy, because a lot of people, they try decoupage and it's really messy and it doesn't look perfect as soon as you get it on. But I try and show people that if you've made tears, if you've got, it's not quite fit the piece or whatever, I fix everything with the mineral paint, because it complements the papers so well. So especially that pheasant one, I had a lot of fixing to do, because not because of the application, just because sometimes just the way, because you're going around corners, it hasn't joined up properly, and it's got a black background, and I literally had top coat everywhere. It was a bit of a mess. I had a couple of tears, but with the paint I could fix it all up, and then I fix it all up, and then I seal it, and it looks great on camera. It looks great then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I love that you show that as well, because it's not always cupcakes and rainbows, you know.
I know. Well, that's what I want people to know, that and they get so disillusioned when they first try and put the paper on. They get so disillusioned, but like it takes me it might take me an hour to get an A1 on. But then it'll take me another couple of hours to do all the fixing and tidying up.
Yeah.
So it looks fabulous, you know.
Yeah.
But it will look fabulous. You just have to put that effort into it to make it look good. And like you do, Dar, you're the maximalist. I like to add maybe some molds or some stenciling or some stamping, because if you do have some imperfections there, you can cover this up and still make it look fabulous with other elements like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The type of paper that you're using, how would you describe it? Is it a thick paper, more like a race paper?
Almost, only Michelle knows the recipe. It's like the KFC recipe, you know. It's a secret.
A secret.
Top secret. But it is like tissue paper with a almost like a wax coating on it.
Oh.
But it is stronger than tissue paper, because I don't know if you've noticed in some of my videos, I'll add some water mist. Well, that actually gives it a bit of stretch. So when you're applying it, I like to use that little tool. I should have brought my little tool with me.
It's the felt
the felt applicator.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're doing it like that and you're giving it a little bit of a mist, it's like it's stretching it, shrink wrapping it into place.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and if you're going around corners or if you're going around uneven surfaces, giving it a bit of a mist, it stretches the paper.
Interesting.
And it's the only paper I've ever used where if you put, because I use top coat to paste.
Oh, okay.
And I'll only do a couple of inches at a time. And if you put it on, it's like, oh, there's some wrinkles, there's some air bubbles, I'm not happy with that. You can lift it up.
Okay.
You can lift it back up without it tearing, re-glue, and then go back down again. So it's good like that. Obviously, too much playing around will end up breaking down. At the end of the day, it is paper, so try not to play with it too much. But there is enough strength in it for you to actually play with it without it tearing.
Yeah,
which is why you can go around obstacles and you can go around corners and.
That's interesting. Using the top coat. So how would you compare that to using like I don't know what other type of decoupage mediums they have there in Australia, but like something similar to like a Mod Podge.
Yeah, a lot of people use Mod Podge here. I just don't like the consistency. It's like it's really thick, because if I'm like decoupaging with thicker paper, Mod Podge is fine. But I find that Mod Podge is really thick, so when you put it on, it's like really gluggy under the paper. And I find the top coat has just the right amount of adhesive powers, you could say, without making the paper gluggy and wet. Because as soon as you add moisture to paper, it's going to want to wrinkle and react. And if you leave that glugginess under the paper, it's just going to keep moistening the paper, moisten. So you will not get any of those wrinkles out, because they're just staying moist and gluggy under there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I've just found this out by, experience.
Yes.
There's some other, like Annie Sloan have a decoupage medium. I find it dries too quickly. So
Okay.
if even though I'm only doing sections at a time, I'll put it
Mhm.
on and it dries too quickly before I get the paper down.
Mhm.
And that's when you're going to get air bubbles. So when you put your paper down and it's not stuck under there,
Yeah.
that's when you're going to get the air bubbles.
It's not
So
like
I found,
evenly, it's dry in some places and wet in some
Yeah,
places. It's just
yeah,
going to cause the air bubbles.
yeah.
That makes complete sense to
Yeah.
me.
So I've just found the top coat, and it doesn't matter if it's matte or gloss.
Okay, and you use the Mint by Michelle.
Yeah,
top coat?
she's brought her own out, but before she had her own product, there was a few, I just go to the hardware store and get something.
Okay.
But she's made hers just the right consistency, so it's not too runny. It's not too runny and wet. It's not too thick and gluggy. It's like that Goldilocks porridge.
Gotcha. It's just right.
It's just right. And
Varney, what about your approach to, like, I just had this nightmare and I got another one coming up. I took a brand new craft box from Hobby Lobby and I put decoupage paper on it. I primed it first, and when I put my paste on, it was like that open, raw pine, balsa, whatever wood it was, sucked my paste right down, and I was left with all of my pieces all had air underneath because the paste all sucked into the box.
Yeah.
Have
What
you
paste
ever
did
had
you use?
anything like that happen?
No. No, I don't think I have. So, but what paste were you using?
Mod Podge.
Oh, you were using Mod Podge? So you think it would stay moist? Maybe you just need to put more on. But I do have a remedy for getting bubbles out, because sometimes get bubbles because sometimes you don't notice that the bubble's there until the next day. When the paper's like 100% dry and you go and have a look at what you did yesterday, and it's like, there's a bit of bubbles in there.
Yeah.
You can do two things. If you're able to access a syringe and a needle, like we get them from the pharmacy here, you say, I'm not doing drugs, it's for my craft.
I'm injecting glue.
I promise you it's for my craft.
Injecting glue.
I'm shooting up glue.
Yeah. And so what you can do is just gently use the beveled edge of the needle to go into the air bubble and just squirt a bit of your top coat in there. And the top coat's usually, if you use a large bore needle, the top coat is usually runny enough to go through the needle. And then I use a brayer, like a rubber brayer, and squash it.
Okay.
So I've usually sealed at this stage so I can play with the outside a bit. I squash it. Now, if you don't have a needle syringe, what you can do is just get a sharp blade and slice through the air bubble. And then with a little craft art brush is just stick some of your paste underneath gently with your little brush, and then use your brayer. And the paper should seal back in without seeing where you've sliced it.
I just ordered syringes from Amazon, but I got them for veneer. I didn't really think of this trick. I like this idea.
Yeah,
I wrote
that's
that
a
down.
great idea.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law gave me a bunch because she had to give my my father-in-law infusions and stuff, so she gave me those, and I bought the tips on Amazon. So, but that's a great tip. I'm taking notes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because sometimes air bubbles are unavoidable. We're all human, but it's knowing how to troubleshoot when issues arise, pretty much.
Or cover them up.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I would
Camouflage them.
Put a flower on it.
exactly. There goes a furniture transfer or a
Swap and transfer on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just sand them and make it distressed.
Yes, you could just do that. Like, I will say, personally, I love that distress look. So, yeah, and even if you get creases in, just what I like to do, you can sand the crease out and sort of distress the piece, or add some dark wax or black wax
Yeah.
after you've sealed it, and it makes it look old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Or like
Absolutely.
metallic.
so
Yeah, that's what I had to do. Yeah.
embrace the imperfections.
Exactly.
That's
Right.
right.
Yeah, yeah,
I meant to
yeah.
do that.
Yeah, we always talk about happy accidents.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, when I do my classes, I say to people, embrace imperfect is perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you try and get perfect, then it's stressful, and then it's like, well, why are we even doing this if it's stressful? So
I agree 100%. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be a stress release, not a
yes,
stressor.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I always say, don't try and achieve perfection, because that'll just make it all too stressful.
Mhm.
Just yeah,
Yeah, I agree 100%.
imperfection is perfect.
Exactly. Perfect and imperfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, absolutely. I know. I never feel I always feel bad for people that are like perfectionists. It's got to be so
Taxing. Yeah.
yes, like I can't imagine how much time they spend on creating something that is just like pristine and perfect, and it's just I mean, I don't know. But
Or stopping in the middle of a job because you don't feel like you can, make it perfect.
right.
Probably
Yeah.
a lot of unfinished projects that way.
Yeah, I know, and a lot of people like, because I know a lot of people here who they've turned to furniture painting because of PTSD or whatever, and they've said to me like, I've just lost my creative flow. It's like, and I said, you know what? Just go find your quiet place, put some music on, and just pick up the brush and just do what feels good.
Yeah.
Don't make it perfect.
It's true.
Just pick up the brush and just slap some color on, slap a few colors on. It's only paint. It is only, it's only a piece of furniture, but like, it's only paint. And if it's not feeling good, we'll walk away. But it should be feeling good. Don't try and achieve something that's, I've done a few smooth, perfect looking pieces for people, but it's the pieces that are textured and distressed and look aged and worn. They're the ones that really I find so cathartic, and
You guys there?
yeah,
Are you
cathartic.
frozen?
Who have I frozen?
No.
It looks like
Kat,
Levon's
are you still
frozen.
there?
Yeah.
I am, yes.
Levon's frozen.
Yeah, Levon's
Oh.
frozen.
Yeah, you guys were
It
frozen.
is cold in Pennsylvania.
That's
is
our
so-
excuse.
Yes,
Cold.
you froze. You're literally froze. That is like the most amazing advice I have ever heard.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah.
Just enjoy the process. Enjoy the process.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's what I like to do.
And I also love all of the interest like distressed or textured furniture brings. It's so unique looking, and there's just so many different like elements. When you look at it, it's just it's almost like it draws you in, and it makes you want to touch it. And
I know. Each piece is one of a kind. So
yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing. There's no rules. There's no.
I love
there's no end to the possibilities of what you can do. I like that there's no rules.
Yes.
Just do
I
it.
like to
Just do
break
it.
rules.
Go for it.
Yes,
Bonnie, do you
absolutely.
like to decoupage fabric at all?
I have done it once. It didn't really appeal to me that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the idea of it because there's so many beautiful bits of fabric out there.
Oh, right.
And,
Yeah.
yeah, but since I've used Mint's paper, Michelle's paper, where you can just create a bit of art on paper, on the furniture and use the paint and everything. That's what I'm in love with now. So
Yeah.
And she has some really large images, right?
yes,
Some really
and
big
the good thing
images.
is she's got A1 and A3 sizes.
Wow.
So I find the smaller sizes great for doing workshops.
Okay.
Oh,
Mm.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
Mm.
So
Last
you
week-
have a shop where you conduct classes,
No.
or where do you conduct them?
No, well, I don't have a shop of my own, but there is a woman down the road. You'd love her shop. It's called A Place to Create,
Ooh.
and she mainly specializes in scrapbooking and journaling, but she's got all the mixed media products there. And when my mum visits, I always take her there because my mum's into journaling. And so my mum had to show her off what I do. And so this woman loves what I do. Just let me get rid of that. She loved what I do. And she said, could you do a workshop here? And now she's got the hugest workshop area. I went in there and went, oh my God. And she's literally 5 minutes away from me. I'm going,
wow.
Nice.
this is amazing. And I said, yeah, I can do decoupage furniture workshops, but you need to become a stockist because I don't have all the stuff, because I don't have a shop. I don't have
Right.
all the stuff. So I talked her into, and she's happy she did. She is now a Mint by Michelle stockist.
Oh, nice.
And we haven't got a schedule for this year. I've been really busy, but I did 3 or 4 workshops with her at her place last year, and they're really, really successful. So, so I'd like to
That's
do more.
good.
I'd like to do more,
That's
but it's just
amazing.
Well, I'm glad
I
she
just haven't had time.
decided to sell the products, because that's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
When
Oh,
you
yeah.
have them there and they're excited, they'll go buy the
Yeah.
product after the workshop.
That-
But if you
that's
Right.
it. That's, I
have it
had
somewhere
to,
where there's no product,
Yeah.
then there's a big disconnect by the time they get there, even if you give them a
Exactly.
coupon for a discount or something. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I told her. I said, and you'll be surprised, people will buy all this stuff from you after the workshop, and they'll buy all this other mixed media stuff.
Right.
yeah.
And so it's good. So when I'm doing the workshops, I don't necessarily do decoupage on furniture. I'll do decoupage on small things, and we'll do a bit of stenciling as well around it, so they can incorporate all the elements that are in the shop, the stuff in the shop. And just, it's like what you can do with Mint paper. It doesn't have to go on just furniture.
Right. I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah. Last week we had somebody ask us about rice paper. Have you ever worked with that before? It's almost like like fiber or fabric. I think the one I tried was redesigned by Prima brand. Have you ever tried?
I've used redesigned paper. They're good. I like their designs. They're very strong. They're very easy to put on. You just can't. It's a little bit harder to do the blending, the extending. But I've used them a few times. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, when I used it, I struggled with putting mine on. I don't know if I was using the right type of glue. I was using Mod Podge, and it like kept sucking up the Mod Podge, and I couldn't get it to stick.
And that's really true with the fibers. The decoupage fibers, the sheets that actually almost feel like fabric.
Right.
They've got
They're very porous. Yeah.
Yeah. I have used them a couple of times. Redesign. I think they're called I think redesign calls them fibers, decoupage
Uh-huh.
fibers. And they are, like, I have to use wood glue for them.
Wood glue. Interesting.
Wood glue. Yeah, I use wood glue for them because it is really thick.
Okay.
And I find for those papers, because, it's not really paper, is it?
Yeah.
No, it's
It's
like a fabric. Yeah.
It is like
it's
a,
almost like a
You
fabric,
can't
isn't it?
tear
yeah,
it.
it's almost like that fusible webbing, like kind of
Yeah.
texture, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I use a
Well, not the
lean.
fusible kind, but
And you have to actually, I use the wood glue, and you have to put it down on the bottom, put it down and seal it with the wood glue on top immediately, like straight away. You don't need to wait for it to dry and then
Oh.
seal it. Like,
Oh.
just paste it and seal it all at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It-
Yeah.
and it doesn't wrinkle. It doesn't crease. It's actually, if you're just a beginner at decoupage, it's probably a good place to start.
Okay.
Laura says they're like
yeah.
dryer sheets.
Yeah, what's up with that? Somebody explain
Yeah,
that
that's
to me.
it. Yeah. Or like,
She's saying that the texture is
interface.
similar to a dryer
Yeah.
sheet.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is.
yeah.
Thought maybe
Yeah.
if I used a dryer sheet, it would help me
You never know.
get that down without wrinkles in it or something.
It'd make it smell good.
Yeah,
No static.
that's true.
That's funny.
Oh my.
That was awesome. Great tips on that, Bonnie. I'm going to
Yeah.
definitely try it again, and I'm gonna, take my notes and
Ooh.
definitely try the wood glue and
Yeah.
all that. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. So,
Yeah.
Bonnie, we
Give it a
spend a
go.
lot of time giggling, and we're always talking about a road trip. So I think we're all going to need to get passports.
Yes, come and visit me.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun? Oh,
I
wow.
would. I think you'd love it.
Oh, I
We'll sell
would.
And
tickets.
if you came in your summer, it's our winter here, and our winter in Brisbane is about 20 degrees Celsius.
okay, so what is that?
Yeah, it's
About
Celsius.
50
I have to Google it.
I'll
You'll have to
Google it.
Google it. Google it. Hey
Okay.
Siri, what's 20 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
It's 68 degrees Fahrenheit.
68. Oh, we'll take
68.
Okay,
that.
that's nice. I can.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can
so-
go with that.
Beautiful.
Are the spiders smaller in your winter?
Yeah.
Definitely smaller in winter, yeah.
Okay.
And the snakes hibernate.
Okay.
Oh,
See, we're
I
still
was
talking
talking to
about the
some other-
dryer sheets.
yeah.
Maybe
You might
we
be
have-
able to print on the dryer sheets. That's what I was thinking. You
Oh.
could stick the dryer sheets down.
Yeah,
We'll have to
maybe.
give Lil that challenge.
Stamp.
She-
You could
she
stamp
took
them
a,
with some ink.
Shower
Stamp
curtain
them.
with the octopus on it and did this whole big china cabinet with this big octopus and seahorse, and it was so cool. But it was a shower curtain.
Did they print on the shower curtain?
No, she just purchased it,
Oh, okay. Oh, so she
but
just
it was
decorated the
cool.
shower.
It was
There you go.
cool.
Yeah.
Bonnie, what do you do with your pieces? How do you sell them? I mean, do you just give them to family? My family's like, no, don't give me no more furniture.
Well, no, my family are all down in Canberra. So that's in another state.
Okay.
It's let me try and say it's about 1,500 kilometers away. So yeah, they're in the southern state. So they don't get any of my family. Oh no, saying that, my mum has a couple of my small little tables and stuff, and I did her a nice piece of artwork. There was Mint by Michelle. One of Mint by Michelle's paper is called Venice, and I put it on a piece of furniture. My mum loved it, but she's just moved into a small retirement home, and so she wouldn't have been able to fit it in. So I got the A3, and I found this really lovely old frame, gold frame.
Oh, wow.
And I did that for her and I sent it to her. So she's got that on the wall of Venice.
Aw,
Yeah, she loved that.
Fabulous.
So no, my I don't give anything away. I'm trying to make a living here. No. So I do a couple of pieces for Michelle a month. If she's got a new release, I'll do a couple of pieces, and I always do an extra piece for her a month. And then I have a lot of commission work. People locally, they bring their furniture to me, and I'll do it. And they all love mint papers, so I get a lot of requests for mint papers on their furniture, which is good. So, and otherwise, if I've done a creative piece, like I've just done a couple of pieces for IOD, so I'll try and sell it off my page. And if it doesn't sell off my page, I might pop it on Marketplace. I do sometimes put things on Etsy, but this is what I was saying to you before. Australia is just as big as the US, but we don't have a great transport system. And since COVID especially, trying to find removalists that will take your furniture from state to state is really hard. Like there's no one I can find who will do a regular trips for me.
Right.
There are companies that like Pack and Pay, but they're so expensive.
Wicked, yeah.
And so people won't pay it.
Right. Right.
So and fuels, I don't know what fuel's like there. Fuel's expensive here. So removalists charge so much money to go state to state because the fuel's expensive now.
Yeah.
So I do put things on Etsy to sort of let people know what I've got. As soon as they start inquiring about transport, I lose them.
Gotcha.
Right.
Because they won't pay it.
Right.
Like I had Northern Territory is the next state over. Mind you, there's a lot of space between us. And this company wanted nearly $2,000 to transport it to the next state.
Oh my goodness.
And this piece was like $800. So they didn't want to pay that. So
Yeah.
luckily I've got a lot of return customers here who appreciate the fact that I'm trying to unbeige Brisbane.
I love that.
Yeah. They actually tell me, they say, we're helping you unbeige Brisbane.
Yes, bring us some color.
Yay.
Oh gosh, I love that so much.
Yeah, so how do you guys sell your stuff?
I just do Facebook Marketplace and on my Facebook business page right now.
Yes. Yeah, my Facebook business page. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank goodness for Facebook, eh?
I know, right?
Sometimes I hate it, but I wouldn't survive without it.
I know.
I know.
And you get the
Love
low
hate.
ballers, the people that just kind of come in and they want to cutthroat you.
I know. As soon as I put stuff on a reel, because when I do stuff for Michelle, I like to create reels, and they're just quick things. That's why I do the YouTube now, because people would say your 90-second reel is too fast. I'm not learning anything here. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I said, you're not supposed to be really learning from. It's like the reel is like a snapshot.
Yeah.
This is a
teaser.
snapshot. It's a little teaser.
Yeah.
Right.
Now go to my YouTube channel.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, and lately I'm getting, and because reels don't necessarily focus on your followers, it just goes out there in the world.
Right. It's more of an
So I'm
entertainment.
getting bombarded by so many haters of furniture painting.
Oh gosh, they're terrible, aren't they? Aren't
I
they?
saw this on the web.
What are they?
Siri's talking to me.
Yeah, they're horrible. There's some really nasty people that.
Oh yeah, I just ignore them.
Yeah.
Right.
Some days if I feel like a fight, I'll like
You give them
money's
I
run for
tell
their
them
money.
exactly what I think, but otherwise I just
Right.
ignore them or block them.
Yeah.
Like I don't necessarily block them because they're not following me. I do get a lot of my
Right.
followers trying to stand up for me, going, "How
Right.
dare you talk to Vandu like that?" And I go, "Listen, don't worry. They probably don't even know who I am. They just saw this and they're going, how can you do that to a piece of furniture?"
Yeah, I like that.
Oh gosh. I'm so
So-
glad you got people they got your back, girl.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah, they do. And I'll just say, "Listen, don't waste your breath, honey.
Yeah,
They'll come back with something else."
exactly.
Yeah. So I just ignore them.
Yeah.
They can't put me off. As you know, the more they hustle me, the more I'll paint color
Yeah.
on a piece of nice wood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just gonna make it worse.
Yeah.
Your next piece is going to be walnut or mahogany.
Yeah, just
Well,
keep
the-
pushing
Come
me.
next week.
I'm surprised I haven't had any people comment because the dresser the last dresser I did with a bit of leftover IOD stuff was actually solid silky oak, but I did keep the tops timber so you can see the silky oak.
Did you
Awesome.
do anything for the 2025 spring release for IOD?
Yeah. I did 2 pieces for them already, and then after the release, I had some bits left over, and they'd sent me a couple of products, and I hadn't had a chance to use them. And even though the release was already out, so my last piece didn't quite make it for the release, but it is part. Yeah, it's part of the new release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have
So-
those videos on YouTube?
I haven't. No, I've got one I'm just in the middle of doing. One of them of their new transfer lost garden.
Mm-hmm.
I love that one. So I did that on a big tall chest of drawers, and I'm doing a YouTube for that one.
Ooh,
Good.
I just haven't finished
Can't wait
it.
to see them.
I'm excited. They have
Yeah.
some really beautiful things for their new release. I'm just
Oh yeah, I
Some
could.
I'm a
today,
stockist for IOD. But
Are
I don't-
you?
I don't sell
Yeah.
online though because I don't have the entire line. I just sell in my brick and mortar, and I sell Dixie Belle paint also,
Mm.
and the Made by Marley. A very small selection of Made by Marley decoupage paper.
Yeah.
So
What's your shop called?
Statement
Is it
Designs.
Lavone or Lavone? Lavone.
Lavon. Yeah.
Lavon.
Yeah.
That's the
That's what I
accent.
mean. From Lavon to Bonnie.
yes.
What's your shop called?
It's Statement Designs.
Oh, it is Statement Design. I can see it there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
But I'm inside a coffee shop.
You're inside a coffee shop.
Yes.
Oh, that's the best place to be. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a
Yes.
coffee
Yeah.
drinker though, but I like my London fog, so my tea.
Oh goodness.
This
I
nice-
love coffee myself.
Nice,
So.
lovely guest we have. She's watched videos by all of us. And then she also says we're also talented.
Aw,
Yeah.
thank you.
Flora.
And she
nice.
loves the Made by Marley paper as well. Well, if you've got some paper, girl, that means you're making stuff, and maybe we need to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, we'd love to see it. As a matter of fact, we love to do challenges too, Bonnie. And I know
Oh,
we're,
yeah.
on different teams as far as brands go, but who cares? We all love decoupage.
Well, see,
You
I'm
would
not
love to collaborate.
I'm
Yeah.
not exclusive to Mint.
Well, if you
Yeah,
want to do a decoupage
I'm gonna put
challenge
that
sometime, we'd love
info
that.
up at the end. I'll put that info up at the end. I've got all the phone numbers and the information for the challenge this weekend.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned
I'm just
it,
thinking down the road, though, if we want to do a decoupage challenge with Bonnie, that would be
Oh,
cool.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, well, what's involved in these challenge? What is it? What do you do?
Mainly we do a playlist, and we develop like a small set of rules, like you can't spend any more than so many dollars on the furniture piece.
Okay.
Maybe like in this case, we would say you have to use your choice of decoupage, whether it's fabric, paper, whatever brand, and maybe whatever medium you wanted to use. Sometimes we specify whether it's like a thrift flip or whether it's an actual furniture piece, which we usually do furniture, although we're going to be doing some flips here soon. But yeah, that's the general gist. So the one that we're doing that's coming up on Sunday, we actually have where viewers can text their vote for the winner.
Oh yeah.
So
I was going to say that'd be good if they could vote.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah,
that's
I'm up
just
for anything.
Oh, sorry. It's just
Good.
basically like a collaboration where a bunch of YouTubers come together and they all create videos and we put them all on a playlist so that like we're kind of like sharing subscribers and sharing viewers and in a sense.
And
And
it helps build your channel. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, it seems to anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it grows our big circle of friendship.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a challenge with a gal that I knew her name in Levon, met her out in Las Vegas when she was out there, and she basically just does small flips. So we're just going to do Cheryl. We're just going to do a small little challenge where we're going to take 3 items and flip them. 3 smalls, like for a booth or whatever for your Etsy store.
Yeah. With a $25 budget.
Okay, $25. That's all you can spend on it from a thrift store.
Yeah.
So,
And Cheryl has Lifestyle of a DIYer. That's her YouTube channel.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds
So,
good.
yeah,
I'm going to show you guys those promos real quick and get them out of the way because we're getting close. This is the challenge that we got coming up on the 23rd of February. So that's kind of like the promo for that. And then this was the one that came along with it. And this is how Levon has set up a phone so we can text when we have lives or something like this contest, you know, where you're going to. Right.
There we go.
So then all they have to do is text their choice to 814-515-4905. So that'll be pretty cool. And then we have it pretty much for everything. If you want to be notified of a live, you just do the same thing. You just text live to the 814-515-4905. And then also we have an email that is special for us. If you want to be reached that way, you can email live to flippinbunch@gmail.com. Or if you would like to be a guest on one of our lives, if you have any questions, there's where you can get us. Okay, I'm officially done talking now, guys.
I really learned so much today. I learned so much, Bonnie. I really appreciate you coming on here and talking with us. This was great. I had so much fun. Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me.
So
I wanted to say,
I have a question. So,
sure, go ahead.
go ahead, Kat. Go ahead. I have a big
It's
mouth.
not
Go
a
ahead.
question. It's just, I actually just wanted to say that I think I was alerted to your page from looking at Mint by Michelle, and she always sends out an email and she includes in the photos, you know, like Redesign with Prima and IOD. We have different artists that are, you know, have something posted, a piece of furniture. And I could see that it said like Von Boo and this absolutely gorgeous piece on there. So I'm like, Von Boo, what is that? And that's how I found your channel. And I just wanted to say that, you know, there are lots of people that do things myself included. But every once in a while, though, you'll meet somebody that just has a special personality, or they have this gift of the way they put things together, in an artistic fashion that stands out, and it's kind of remarkable, if you know what I mean. And so I just wanted to say, I was telling, these guys, like, you got to watch Fawn Boo, because she just does these beautiful things.
Well,
And
I appreciate that. Is so kind. I get a bit embarrassed when people say nice things.
But Lavon, you had a question. I'm sorry.
Oh, my question was silly. So I had some other Australian YouTuber friends, and we were talking one time about like the spiders. You mentioned the spiders, Crystal, and snakes. And they said, yeah, but you guys have bears. So
yeah, we can run away from spiders.
I think that you guys must think the bears are everywhere, though.
They are.
Well,
I've seen
Vonnie,
them on.
I don't run very fast. A spider could probably catch me.
Oh, really? No. And they hide. Honestly, you know what? I'm 57. I've never been bitten by a spider or a snake.
Oh, wow.
No.
I'm so happy.
I'm 65 and I've never been bitten by a bear.
Good. Good on you.
We're doing really
I won't say
good.
how old I
Oh, my face hurts.
And now we know the truth about the wife.
am. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny that like people think that you're more likely to be attacked by a kangaroo, actually.
Oh,
They're
Ooh, that
dangerous.
would be terrible.
They
Yeah.
can be vicious.
Terrible, Dar. It'd be
and
terrible.
they
Yeah,
kick
but-
you, right? They kick
You
you
just
with
like-
their.
They can, they can, but I've never been attacked by a kangaroo either. But so a lot of people are really afraid to come to Australia because of our creepy crawlies. But honestly, there's nothing. And like, I live next to the bush. Behind me, there is just bushland,
It looks wonderful.
and I might like see 2 snakes a year.
Really.
Yeah, honestly, they don't.
I've seen
They-
snakes
they-
in my
they-
yard.
They know we're here. They just keep away. They're smart like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
They
are.
keep away.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have spiders, but we get pest control every year, and we get a lot of lizards, like nice lizards.
Yeah.
And because I've got a pool here, they like to hang around the pool.
Oh, that looks so good.
I was
Road
going to
trip.
say, if I can find some lizards, I'll see if there's any lizard. No,
Yeah,
they're not
show
here.
us some lizards.
I'll just take you. I'll take you for a little.
Take us
Do
into
we have
the
time?
Yes. I want to see.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
this is part of my garden
Oh, it's beautiful.
down here. I'll
Oh,
switch.
beautiful.
I'll switch, actually. Here we go. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
Look at
So
that.
I might just have to clean my screen. Hang on. And so I got lots of rusty bits.
Oh,
was
I
my-
like that. Like a sculpture.
Yeah, he never used to be rusty,
Oh, that's
Oh,
but he is now.
I love
So
those.
so down
it's so
here,
exotic. And look at your house. How beautiful.
I know, this
The
is what we call a
architect is
Queenslander.
Okay.
My screen is really dirty.
I
Ah,
love that.
Hang on, I'm just cleaning the screen.
Oh, I can feel that.
Yeah, so this is the back of the house, obviously.
Oh, look at
Um,
that. I love the
In
line.
Queensland, they're called Queenslanders. And
Okay.
this is a replica. They've been building them for over 100 years. So,
Wow.
Wow.
and they're built off the ground, which is
I love all
supposed to
the lines.
help with the heat.
Okay.
And so my shed is in here. This is my messy shed.
Oh, this is where you do there. This is where
Yeah.
the magic happens,
Oh,
right?
Yeah, this is
Crystal, yeah.
this is under the house. So this is under the house.
Wow.
Oh,
So
okay.
yes, it's very messy. It's full of dog toys because the dogs come down.
Well, I tell you
and
what, I think that's part of everybody's creative process because I'm pretty sure we all end up looking that way at some point.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it's really messy. I've got yeah. So, but it's my space. It's
Yeah.
like see the sign, Bonnie.
Bonnie
Shed.
Shed.
Aw.
Oh,
My nursing friends made me that.
Oh, it's so
So-
cute.
Yeah, I'm just saying. There's no creepy.
We could show
crawlies
you
out
our
today.
yards, but all you're going to see is white.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
love snow
Do you? You can have it. You can.
from a distance.
It's pretty.
You're going to go
somehow.
someplace warm and leave us.
I am.
So this is my deck.
It's
There's my
lovely.
dog.
Table.
There's George.
Oh, hi, George.
Oh, man.
Hey, buddy. Aw. Was that a lizard on the table?
Oh, it's not a real one.
Oh, okay.
Those are
seen
the
it.
kind I want.
Yeah.
No,
I don't
well,
mind the
usually-
lizards. It's the spiders and the cats.
Yeah, no, I can't see anything today. Nothing
It's
today.
lovely. Well, thank you
Yeah.
for showing us. I love it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
makes me definitely. I do want to come to Australia. I would like to go. There.
Yeah. Who wouldn't?
And there's so like because I'm in Queensland,
Uh-huh.
so it's pretty much warm all year round.
Oh,
The
wow.
southern states they actually get winter. They get proper winter
Okay.
down there. So you can see, yeah, there's lots to visit in Australia.
Yes.
All the men are handsome there.
There
All
you
the men
go,
are
Jack.
handsome. That's why I had to marry a Scot.
Well, they're handsome too.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go, Kat. Go find you a man.
Yeah. A nice strong one that can lift furniture would be perfect.
So maybe sometime, Bonnie, you can
Yeah.
slip into one of our challenges. It seems like we try to do at least one, if not two challenges a month, whatever they may be. Sometimes they have themes, like Crystal and Kat have one coming up March 30th,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that it has a theme of
It's
It's,
pastel
being
colors.
pastel colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the unique antique
So-
challenge. And the winner of that challenge gets to host with me, and they get to pick the theme for the next challenge, and of course the date and everything like that, whatever works best for them. So yeah, that one's been going on for a couple years now, so it just keeps
Usually nobody ever wins anything, but that's okay because we just like to have the fun of doing a challenge
Yeah.
and being
Yeah,
all
no,
together as a group,
Yeah. It's
and then
Well,
having
I think-
people come and look at the whole playlist. So
I think it's wonderful what you guys do here. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Um,
propose that we suggest a decoupage challenge for maybe Mayish. Would that
Oh,
be
let's do that.
something
Yeah,
to
well,
shoot
just
for?
remind me.
Okay, I'm writing it
Send me
down.
lots of reminders.
Okay.
that's, you have to remind me constantly.
I'll remind you to remind me.
All right. Well, I'm good at doing some of that stuff. I'm always sending out stuff. So
Yeah.
This has been really, really, really great. We have taken up over an hour of your time, Bonnie. We really appreciate
okay.
you coming on and talking with us four ladies from the Flippin' Bunch. I hope
Yes. I
that our
thoroughly enjoyed it.
relationship will grow from here
Yeah.
and we can all just be a bunch of dandy decoupagers.
yeah.
Sounds like the plan.
I love it. It's so great.
But
Okay.
anytime you want to correspond, and we'll get, sounds like this thing maybe in May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Sounds good.
Sounds
Laura
good.
is saying thank you all, and we want to thank you, Flora, for stopping
Thank
in,
you,
and anybody
Flora.
else that was out there listening and participating.
Thank you.
Uh, This has been really a good thing, I think, for all of us in a cathartic way. I like that word. You know, us nurses, cathartic.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go ahead, and anybody else have anything else to say? We can sign off.
Thank you.
We're good.
Well,
Just
just
thank you
thank you for
again.
having me.
Oh, thank you
Thank you
for
for the
coming.
invitation.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Right.
Okay,
And
so I'm
I'll see
I'm
you
gonna
again soon.
hit the end button here, and we'll all kind of pop off one at a time,
Yeah.
and we will see you all next Wednesday.
Bye, ladies. Bye. Love you guys.
Bye.